MP Mahua Moitra named in cash for query case, accused of asking questions after taking gift. Ethics Committee will investigate the matter. Supreme Court's strict order on manual scavenging. The practice of manual scavenging should end soon. Instructions given to the government. Scientists developed genome editing software. Danger analysis is the name. Will reduce the challenges of CRISPR-Cas9. Research done on bats. Shocking facts came to light. It will be easier to understand the complications of cancer. And paintbrush swift butterfly spotted in Himachal. This species was last seen in 1878. Recently, Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra has been accused of taking gifts for raising questions in Parliament. She is accused of raising questions at the behest of a big industrial group of Mumbai. Considering its seriousness, it has been sent to the Ethics Committee of the Lok Sabha for investigation. However, the CEO of the industrial group has claimed in an affidavit to the Ethics Committee that Mahua Moitra had given him her Parliament login and password so that he could pose the questions directly on her behalf when required. Let us tell you that under the parliamentary rules, provisions for Ethics Committee has been made for both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. For the first time, the Ethics Committee was formed in the Lok Sabha in 2000. There are 15 members of Lok Sabha in this committee. The tenure of these members is 1 year. They are appointed by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. The function of the committee is to hear complaints filed regarding unethical conduct by a member during the proceedings in the Lok Sabha. However, it investigates only such complaints which are taken into consideration by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. On the other hand, the Ethics Committee for Rajya Sabha was formed in 1997. It consists of 10 members nominated by the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Unlike the Lok Sabha, the tenure of the members in the Committee of the Rajya Sabha is more than 1 year. However, the work of both the committees is to create a code of conduct for the members falling within their respective jurisdictions and its amendment from time to time. Recently, the Supreme Court has made a serious comment regarding manual scavenging. Regarding this inhuman act, the court commented that if a large section of the society is forced to go into the sewers for livelihood and are forced to die after getting trapped in the sewers, even after a decade of it being declared illegal, then claims of brotherhood among the citizens, equality and respect will remain a mere illusion. Further, the court held that the central and state governments are responsible for complete elimination of it through the Prohibition of Employment of Manual Scavengers and their Rehabilitation Act 2013. Let us tell you that if the work of cleaning sewers and septic tanks is done by a person, then it is called manual scavenging. Many people lose their lives every day while doing this work. Many people also become disabled. However, manual scavenging is banned under the Prohibition of Employment of Manual Scavengers and Construction of Dry Latrines Act 1993. But through the Prohibition of Employment as Manual Scavengers and their Rehabilitation Act 2013, manual scavenging is allowed for cleaning with certain precautionary measures in cases where it is not possible to deploy machines. It is noteworthy that the government is running many to end manual scavenging. To promote mechanization, a scheme named Namaste, that is National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem, has also been launched. The scheme aims to provide training and safety gear to sewer and septic tank workers, in addition to health insurance. Besides, with the elimination of manual scavenging and technical capacity must be developed to carry out such work. Recently, a team of researchers has developed a genome editing software tool called Danger Analysis. This software provides a path for safe design of genome editing in all organisms with a transcriptome. It is noteworthy that researchers have been using CRISPR technology for genome editing for about a decade. CRISPR-Cas9 is a well-known gene editing technology. It is more accurate, faster, and less expensive than other similar technologies. It uses the reference genome for gene editing. The reference genome is like a template that provides researchers with general information on the genome. However, sometimes unexpected sequence editing of a genome may occur, so researchers needed a way to observe factual genome sequences and limit potential off-target effects. Danger analysis software overcomes these challenges of CRISPR. It has great potential for applications in medicine, agriculture, and biological research. Danger analysis software minimizes challenges such as phenotypic effects and dependence on the reference genome. This software pipeline identifies genomic on- and off-target sites using RNA sequencing data. Danger analysis is an open-source software. Therefore, the algorithms of this pipeline can be reused for the analysis of various genome editing systems beyond the CRISPR-Cas9 system. The researchers believe the danger analysis pipeline will expand the scope of genomic studies and industrial applications using genome editing. It is noteworthy that genome editing or gene editing refers to technologies that allow researchers to alter the genomic DNA of an organism. Through these technologies, any specific genetic material can be added, removed, or changed in the genome. Recent research has revealed that bat genomes provide important information about immunity and cancer. Scientists are working on the Global Genome Consortium project named BAT1K. Its purpose is to sequence the genome of bats. During this project, they have sequenced the genomes of more than 1,400 bat species. This genome sequencing was carried out exclusively based on metagenomic sequencing. The focus of their investigation has been viruses carried by bats, also known as bioviromes. It is noteworthy that metagenomic sequencing can provide information about the diversity of viruses. During investigation, scientists have come to know many things about bats. As such, bats can harbor all types of viruses. The interesting thing in this regard is that during this period, they themselves do not get infected with the virus. It was also revealed that their genome is much smaller than that of humans. Apart from this, their genes play an important role in prolonging their lifespan. They are also protected from various types of diseases, including cancer. In this regard, scientists believe that this research can help in understanding many diseases, including cancer. Let us tell you that bats have the unique ability of echolocation. They use this ability to navigate and find objects. Also, due to this, their dependence on lichens. By population, bats make up for 20% of all mammals. More than 1,400 species of bats are found around the world. Of these, the weight of bumblebee bat is only 2 grams. Bats also play an important role in maintaining ecological balance. According to IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department, the Cyclone Tage that originated in the Arabian Sea has turned into an extremely severe storm. It is likely to cross Yemen coast with a speed of 150 km per hour in the next few days. Due to this, there is a possibility of heavy rainfall at different places in Kerala. In view of this situation, a yellow alert has been issued for 8 districts from Kollam to Palakkad. Let us tell you that Cyclone Tage is a type of tropical cyclone. This cyclone has been named by India. A cyclone is a rapid inward air circulation around an area of low pressure. This cyclone may affect Socotra Al-Ghaida in the Arabian Sea region, that is the city of Salalah in Yemen and Oman. It is noteworthy that IMD uses 4 colors, that is green, yellow, orange and red, to indicate the severity of the weather. Its purpose is to alert people before the weather becomes dangerous. This is done to reduce the damage caused by cyclones. No warning of any kind is issued in green alert. Yellow alert warns of severely bad weather conditions. There is no immediate loss of any kind due to this. At the same time, orange alert indicates extremely bad weather conditions. In this situation, there may be disruption in commute routes, whereas red alert is issued when the weather conditions become severe enough and are likely to cause huge amount of damage. Recently, a species of butterfly paintbrush swift has been sighted for the first time in Himachal Pradesh Chamba district. After this, it has been documented here for the first time. Before this, it was last seen in Himachal Pradesh in the year 1878. The lepidopterist Frederick Moore was the first to describe about it 145 years ago. Let us tell you that about 25% of the total number of butterfly species found in India are found in Himachal Pradesh. The latest sighting of this species was discovered during a field survey conducted under the Wild Bhattiyat project. The project was initiated by the Bhattiyat Forest Range of Dalhousie Forest Division. Under this, the Forest Department has so far documented 120 butterfly species. These include some uncommon species like Anomalous Nawab, Blank Swift, Tailed Jay and Siran. It is noteworthy that the paintbrush swift butterfly belongs to the Hesperidae family. The species is found in northeast, central and south India, whereas it is rarely found in Uttarakhand. It is identified based on 2 distinct spots in the upper forewing cell. Of these, the blank swift has no cell spots, while the figure of 8 swift has 2 compound cell spots. The larvae of this species feed on bamboo and some other grass species. This species depends on wild hosts and nectar plants. This makes them particularly sensitive to changes in their environment. These species are largely protected in India under Schedule 4 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. According to the experts, there has been a decline in the butterfly population in recent times. Their habitat is decreasing due to increase in pesticide use, deforestation and climate change. Besides, their numbers are also decreasing due to lack of larva host plants. In view of this situation, emphasis has been laid on their conservation in research. For this, it has been advised to establish butterfly parks and conservation reserves, butterfly rearing and breeding centers. The importance of creating awareness and community participation to protect butterfly species has also been emphasized. A recent study has found that forest loss may increase 3 times more than estimated. This may be due to rubber production in Southeast Asia. According to the researchers, the pressure on natural forests is increasing due to rise in global demand for rubber. This is especially happening in Southeast Asia, which accounts for 90% of global rubber production. It is noteworthy that since 1993, more than 4 million hectares of forests have been destroyed due to rubber plantations. 2/3 of these areas are in Indonesia, Thailand and Malaysia. However, rubber production has a lower impact on deforestation than commodities like soya and palm oil. Currently, more than 14 million hectares of land are dedicated to rubber, whereas in the year 2020, it was around 10 million hectares. This expansion is being considered harmful to the environment. Due to this cultivation, not only are the forests shrinking, but there is also a negative impact on the local ecology. Let us tell you that rubber crop requires a good drainage system. Laterite, alluvial, sedimentary and non-laterite red soils are considered most suitable for the growth of these trees. It requires precipitation of more than 200 cm and temperature above 25 degrees Celsius. It is noteworthy that India ranks 4th in rubber production. The use of rubber in automobiles, tires, tubes, latex products like catheters, gloves and manufacturing industries has increased its demand globally. The study states that considering the situation of forest loss, a law can be implemented by the European Union by the end of next year. This is expected to prevent importers from purchasing goods that contribute to forest loss. The law will mainly be applied to soy, beef, palm oil, timber, cocoa, coffee and rubber. To reduce pollution from dust suppressants will be used in Delhi. According to the Union Minister of Environment Gopal Rai, dust suppressant powder would be mixed with water and sprayed on the roads to keep the dust down for a longer time. However, this is not the first time that it has been used in the capital and parts of NCR. It is noteworthy that in 2019, Central Pollution Control Board or CPCB told the NCR states to use dust suppressants powder to reduce dust on the roads around excavated sites, piles of construction and demolition waste and access roads in construction areas. The CPCB had studied the effectiveness of dust suppressants to control the dust generation at certain roads and sites. This showed that the use of dust suppressant along with water is relatively more effective in control of pollution than conventional methods of dust control. The study found about a 30% reduction in dust concentrations up to 6 hours for construction sites as well as roads with the use of dust suppressants. It is noteworthy that in 2019, Delhi Pollution Control Committee had also issued directions that all construction agencies will use dust suppressant to control dust emissions and road owing agencies will use it on dusty patches. Let us tell you that dust suppressants are salts of calcium or magnesium which can absorb moisture. In fact, when these salts are dissolved in water and sprayed, they keep the dust moist for a long time. Due to this, the dust becomes heavy and settles down and the environment remains clean for a long time. A study on the state of global coastal adaptation has recently been published in the journal Nature Climate Change. In this, the coastal areas have been classified under the medium to high category. Experts from several countries, including India, have assessed the situation by analyzing 61 coastal case studies. The study covered 34 urban and 28 rural areas. In the case of coastal adaptation, Mumbai has got 39 marks, Konkan has got 42 marks, Ghormara has got 44 marks and Puri has got 47 marks in this study. These areas are given a total score ranging from 0 to 68. It is worthy noting that under coastal adaptation, various types of strategies are made for the effects of climate change, sea level rise and environmental changes. Coastal adaptation strategies include sustainable land use, resilience of infrastructure, early warning systems, resilience to extreme weather events, etc. Let us tell you that experts had created 4 categories to assess the status of 61 global coastal adaptations. In this, urban areas with relatively high population and asset density were included in the A1 category, and urban areas with relatively lower population and asset densities or medium-sized cities were included in the A2 category. Whereas rural areas with high-value economic activities such as agriculture or tourism were placed in the A3 category and rural areas with cultural or natural features in the A4 category. On this basis, Mumbai was kept in A1 category, Puri in A2, Konkan in A3 and Ghormara in A4 category. The study revealed that there was a lack of adaptation plans in Ghormara and the Konkan region. Additionally, Mumbai's existing climate action plan did not accurately assess the risks, whereas Puri had action plans, but there was a lack of adaptation strategies. Recently, Union Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurated the country's first Nano DAP plant in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. According to Amit Shah, nanotechnology will prove to be a game changer in the agriculture sector in the days ahead. This nano liquid DAP plant has been set up by the IFFCO at a cost of Rs 300 crore in Kalol, Gujarat. This plant has been developed in tune with the Atmanirbhar Bharat vision. It is expected that this plant will significantly reduce the imports of DAP. This plant is capable of producing 5 crore bottles of Nano DAP liquid equivalent to 25 tons of DAP. It is noteworthy that unlike solid DAP and urea, liquid Nano DAP does not affect the nutrients in the soil. Besides, it does not contain any harmful metal particles. Nano liquid DAP is also cheaper than traditional DAP. Let us tell you that after Nano Urea, Nano DAP is the second nano stable product. At the same time, DAP is also the second most used fertilizer in India after urea. Its estimated annual consumption is about 10 to 12.5 million tons, while its local production is around 4 to 5 million tons, and the remaining required quantity is imported. DAP is the short form of diammonium phosphate. IFFCO has obtained a 20-year patent for Nano Urea and Nano DAP, entitling them to receive 20% royalty for the global use of these products. Application of Nano DAP in crops during important growth stages will increase the availability of nutrients to the crops. Apart from this, its use increases chlorophyll in leaves, photosynthesis rate, root biomass and number of branches. Also, Nano DAP is required in smaller quantities as compared to heavy phosphatic fertilizers like DAP, hence it is required in less quantity. Recently, a social media platform, Local Circle, has conducted a survey on dengue and other vector-borne diseases. This survey was conducted in 327 districts of India. Of these, 47% respondents were from Tier 1 cities, 34% from Tier 2 and 19% from Tier 3, Tier 4 and rural districts. According to the survey, dengue and other vector-borne diseases have afflicted one or more family members in 1 in 4 Indian families over the last 3 years. The survey found that 28% of respondents had someone in their family fall ill with mosquito-borne diseases, including malaria and chikungunya, in the last 3 years. Apart from this, the survey has revealed that between 1,000 and 10,000 dengue cases have been registered in more than 20 states and under 1,000 cases have been registered in 15 states between the year 2022 and 2023. According to the National Center for Vector-Borne Disease Control, till September 17, 94,198 cases of dengue have been reported. However, despite so many mosquito-borne diseases, people are not taking proper steps for mosquito control. This survey shows that only 43% of the families surveyed spend 200 or more on mosquito control every month. The majority rely on liquid repellents or sprays and battery-powered tracker devices. It is noteworthy that mosquitoes are carriers of many diseases in India. Mosquitoes act as vectors for the spread of diseases like dengue, malaria, yellow fever, chikungunya, and Zika virus. Most of these cases are spread through the bite of female mosquitoes of different species. Anopheles and Aedes mosquito species are the major disease vector species. It is noteworthy that the medium through which the germs of disease spread are called vectors. A recent study has thrown light about cervical cancer in India. It has been published in the Lancet Regional Health Southeast Asia. The study is based on data from population-based cancer registries or PBCRs across the country. According to this, about 52% of cervical cancer cases diagnosed between 2012 and 2015 survived. This situation represents a significant empowerment of about 6% compared to the previous survey. The cervical rate in the last survey was recorded at 46%. It is noteworthy that this study was done by scientists of National Center for Disease Informatics and Research and ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research. It included a total of 5,591 cervical cancer cases diagnosed in 11 PBCRs in different urban areas of India. The investigation found that there were significant differences in survival rates among these regions. According to this study, urban PBCRs of Ahmedabad demonstrated the highest survival rate at 61.5%. It is followed by Thiruvananthapuram with 58.8% and Kollam with 56.1% survival rate. In contrast, Tripura has recorded the lowest survival rate of only 1.6%. The studies in India's northeast have pointed to several factors contributing to these disparities. These include availability of effective treatment, distance from clinical care facilities, travel costs, and poverty. These findings highlight the multifaceted challenges faced by cervical cancer patients in India, also underscoring the need for more accessible and equitable healthcare solutions. Let us tell you that under PBCRs, that is population-based cancer registries, the information about all the new cancer cases occurring in the population of a specific geographical area is available. This information is systematically collected from several other sources, including hospitals, death certificates, and laboratory services. It is noteworthy that cervical cancer develops in the cervix of women. It is the fourth most common cancer in women globally. At the same time, it is the second most common type of cancer in India. Almost all cases of cervical cancer are associated with infection with high-risk human papilloma virus or HPV. This is a very common virus spread through sexual contact. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, that is FSSAI, has issued an important recommendation for visually impaired persons. It has recommended the inclusion of QR code on food products to help visually impaired individuals. Its objective is to ensure access to safe food to all consumers, including visually impaired persons, which is a fundamental right of citizens. FSSAI's recommendation is in line with the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. This act emphasizes accessibility and the promotion of health for persons with disabilities. Apart from food items, QR codes will also be included on medicines. Many types of health problems occur in visually impaired people due to intake of wrong medicines. Inclusion of QR codes can reduce medication errors, incorrect dosages, unintended medication, and side effects. Actually, QR code is a type of barcode which can store information, URL, and data. It is also known as Quick Response Code. It is noteworthy that FSSAI, under its Food Safety and Standards, Labeling and Display Regulations 2020, outline information related to food labels. This includes information like product name, nutrition facts, vegetarian or non-vegetarian logos, allergy warnings, and many more. This information empowers consumers to make appropriate choices. Let us tell you that the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India is an autonomous statutory body. It was established under the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. Its headquarters is located in Delhi. It makes rules to set standards and guidelines for food safety. It also provides food safety licensing and certification for food businesses. Let's now look at the 5 questions based on the bulletin. Consider the following statements with reference to Parliamentary Ethics Committee. Statement 1. It was formed in the year 2002. Statement 2. It includes 15 members each from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Statement 3. Its members are appointed by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. And Statement 4. Its function is to investigate the unethical conduct done by the member. How many of the above statements are correct? Options are A. Only 1, B. Only 2, C. All 4, or D. None of the above. Second question. Consider the following statements with reference to CRISPR-Cas9. Statement 1. It is a well-known gene editing technique. Statement 2. It uses reference genome for gene editing. And Statement 3. This technology is more accurate, faster and less expensive than other available technologies. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none of the above? Next question. Consider the following statements with reference to BAT1K. Statement 1. It is a global genome consortium project. Statement 2. Under this, 4 categories have been created. And Statement 3. Under this program, the genome of bats will be sequenced. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, or none of the above? Next question. Consider the following statements with reference to Indian Meteorological Department. Statement 1. Through this, 5 types of colors are used to indicate the severity of the weather. Statement 2. The yellow alert is used to warn about bad weather conditions. Statement 3. Green alert indicates pleasant weather. And Statement 4. Very serious weather conditions are indicated under red alert. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all 4, or none of the above? Fifth and the last question. Consider the following statements with reference to paintbrush swift. Statement 1. It is a species of bat. Statement 2. It has been seen for the first time in Chamba district of Himachal Pradesh. And Statement 3. It was discovered by Lepidopterist Frederick Moore. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Options are A. Only 1, B. Only 2, C. All 3, or D. None of the above. Don't forget to answer the questions. At the end, let us have a look at few more events of the last week in other news. The Indian Army is deploying artificial intelligence-based surveillance systems along with its borders with Pakistan and China. Army officials have said that the Army has deployed 140 AI-based surveillance systems. This includes high-resolution cameras, sensors, unmanned aerial vehicle feeds, and radar feeds. Indeed, using AI-powered drones and robots to patrol borders increases coverage and reduces the need for human intervention in dangerous situations. Apart from this, AI-based real-time surveillance software has also been deployed to gather intelligence in anti-terrorist operations. The Army has also started leveraging high-tech military simulator technologies to train its first batch of recruits. Recently, the joint bilateral training exercise Harimau Shakti 2023 has started between the Indian and Malaysian armies. It is being organized in Umroi Cantonment, India, and will run till 5th November 2023. About 120 soldiers from both sides are participating in this. It aims to enhance military capability to conduct multi-domain operations in sub-conventional scenarios. The exercise involves the 5th Royal Battalion of the Malaysian Army, while the Indian contingent is represented by a battalion of the Rajput Regiment. It is noteworthy that the previous edition of this exercise was held in Pulai, Malaysia in November 2022. Recently, the Sri Lankan Foreign Ministry has announced that Indians will be provided free visas to Sri Lanka under a pilot program. Apart from India, citizens of Russia, China, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia and Japan will also be provided free visa to Sri Lanka. This scheme has been implemented till March 31, 2024. Its objective is to revive the country's emerging tourism industry. The Sri Lankan government has taken this step to achieve the target of generating 5 million by 2026. It is noteworthy that India has traditionally been Sri Lanka's top inbound tourism market. According to the latest figures from the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, India is the largest source of tourists with 2,310,000 arrivals so far this year. India is followed by Russia with 1,32,300 arrivals as Sri Lanka's second largest tourist source. Let us tell you that tourism is the main source of Sri Lanka's economy. India has won 70 medals including 16 gold, 21 silver and 33 bronze so far in the ongoing Asian Para Games in Hangzhou, China. In this competition, Sumit Antil has created a notable world record by winning the gold medal in the men's F64 javelin throw event with a record of 73.29 meters. It is noteworthy that India has sent a contingent of 303 athletes in this competition who are participating in 17 events in the Asian Para Games. ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research, has done an analysis in the context of non-communicable diseases. According to this, India will likely miss the target set by WHO and UN-mandated Sustainable Development Goals to reduce premature deaths from 4 major non-communicable diseases. Actually, WHO had set a target of reducing untimely death due to non-communicable diseases by 25% by the year 2025. These non-communicable diseases include cancer, heart disease, chronic respiratory diseases, and diabetes. According to ICMR, premature mortality rate in these diseases is estimated to be reduced by 13.9%. Whereas when WHO adopted the Global NCD Monitoring Framework in 2013, the target of 25 by 25 was outlined, that is, the target was set to reduce premature mortality by 25% by the year 2025. Recently, a high-level committee of social sciences constituted by NCERT, that is National Council of Educational Research and Training, has recommended replacing the name India with Bharat in the textbooks. Chairman of this committee, C.I. Isaac, says that it has been recommended to the students to include classical history in place of ancient history. He says that Bharat is an age-old name. The name Bharat is used in ancient texts such as the Vishnu Purana, which is 7,000 years old. It is noteworthy that in the invitation card of the dinner organized during the recently held G20 meeting, President of Bharat was written instead of President of India. Since then, the debate of India versus Bharat is in discussion. However, both the names of the country are constitutional. Clause 1 of Article 1 of the Constitution already states that India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. Recently, a study has been published in the journal Nature Microbiology. Accordingly, microalgae appear to rely on a unique strategy to combat global warming. Actually, climate change reduces the availability of nutrients in the ocean. To deal with this problem, marine microalgae or eukaryotic phytoplankton use a protein called rhodopsin. It is a light-responsive protein that helps microalgae grow with the help of sunlight in place of traditional chlorophyll. It is noteworthy that this protein is related to the human eye, which is responsible for vision in low light. According to the study, microbial rhodopsin is acting as the major light collector in the ocean. Recently, Maharatna Public Sector Enterprise REC Limited has been awarded the prestigious Golden Peacock Award in Disaster Management. It is awarded by the Institute of Directors for exceptional performance. Notably, the Golden Peacock Award for Disaster Management demonstrates REC's continued commitment to implementing effective risk assessment strategies. The Golden Peacock Award was instituted by the Institute of Directors during the year 1991 in India. The jury panel, headed by former Chief Justice of India M.N. Venkatachalaya, has selected REC Limited for this award. Let us tell you that REC Limited is a non-banking financial institution which focuses on financing and development of power sector across India. It works under the administrative control of the Ministry of Power. Its function is to provide financial assistance to state electricity boards, state governments, central and state power systems, independent power producers, rural power cooperative societies, and public utility service providers from the private sector. According to the data of UNCCD, that is United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification from 2015 to 2019, the world has lost at least 100 million hectares of healthy and productive land every year. It says it is twice the size of Greenland. According to statistics, the situation of land degradation is more serious in East and Central Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean region. At least 20% of their total land area has been affected by this. Recently, Dhodo village of Gujarat has been included in the list of Best Tourism Village by United Nations World Tourism Organization. Let us tell you that Dhodo village is located in Kutch district of Gujarat. The place is famous for hosting the annual Ran Utsav, which is a cultural festival. It showcases the traditional art, music and crafts of the region. It is noteworthy that United Nations World Tourism Organization is an agency of the United Nations. It works to promote tourism for sustainable development. Through this, villages are evaluated on the basis of 9 major areas. These include promotion and protection of cultural resources as well as cultural and natural resources. Economic, social and environmental sustainability and tourism development are also included.